Hello everybody and welcome to another mystery box function challenge. In the purple mystery box there's some math and your challenge is to figure out what that math is. You can do that by clicking the link in the description and trying this out. When you think you've got it, come on back and see if we get the same thing. All right, let us begin today. Here's a 0. Okay, so 0 gives us 0.9. Let's try a 1. And 1 gives us 1. Okay, how about a 2? And 2 gives us 1.1. So it looks like this is a line. It goes up a tenth every time. Let's just put in a 3, see if it follows. It should be at a 1.2 then, if that's the case. Yeah, and even though we're seeing a lot of zeros on this decimal here, that's just the normal error that a binary machine like a computer gets when it tries to do this. What seems to us is pretty simple math. So this really is 1.2. So it looks like we have a straight line here. We would expect then if we put in -1, it should be down at 0.8. So let's do that. Oh, and we're not. Oh, okay. So it looks like we're maybe getting symmetrical behavior across the y-axis here. So maybe this is an absolute value. Let's put in a point or a -2. And there's the 1.1. Yeah, it looks like we're getting the same values. Let's put in a -3 as well. Yeah. So I think what we've got here is a very shallow absolute value. And I know that this is an absolute value as opposed to maybe a quadratic or something like that because the line is straight. It goes up exactly the same amount every time. It's not curved. So I think we have enough information to start sketching out a function here. So we'll call this f of x equals something, something times the absolute value of x. And then this is not the vertex, which I think is here, is not on the origin. It's up, and it's up 0.9, which is, I'm going to write it as a fraction, 9/10. Now, the multiplier here, this is a much wider absolute value than just absolute value of x. So we know it's multiplied by something, some fraction between 0 and 1. What is that fraction? Well, it is the slope of these lines. And we know they're going up 0.1 every time. That's going up 1/10 as you go over 1. So that is just a slope of 1/10. So that's what I think the equation is. Let's just put in a point or 2. So if I put in a 2, for example, I'd have 2 times 1/10. That would be 2/10 plus, plus 9/10. And that would be 11/10 or 1 and 1/10. And that's exactly what we get. If I put in a -1, -1 absolute value would be +1 times 1/10 would be 1/10, and 1/10 plus 9/10 would be 1. So you put in a -1, you should get out a +1. And you can test some other points if you like, but I think we've got it. So let's go ahead and reveal. And there it is. So f of x equals 1/10 times the absolute value of x plus 9/10. And we can graph that as well, a very shallow v for that absolute value function. Well, how did that go for you? Did you see absolute value? Let me know. Thanks, everybody.